Hello and welcome back to Cultist Simulator with me, Barden. We are on our pre-save with Father Ted. We are going to run time on for a moment. Right, so we need to get ourselves some more knock lore. That's what we're working on there. But we need to be able to get these guys up higher, because we got our ass kicked the last time we went out on an expedition, and we don't really want that to happen again. Let's pop you in there. Start and put some health in. Get that going. Okay, work-wise we're alright. You're looking for sun flickers like a shadow, dreams ripple behind the surface of mirrors. I must be careful not to drift from the waking world. So fascination. Okay. Of course it's fascination. Okay. Don't need to talk to anyone at the minute because we're waiting for this, or not waiting for this. Okay, work is done. You in there. Hoping some reason to start. Probably should have used that one since it's already unstacked. But we can hop you over there, I guess, and let the other one just drop wherever it drops. Okay. When we open the thing, then we learn its nature. I've deepened my understanding of the lore that opens, which we call by its aspect knock. Okay. So that's level 6, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's good because we can use that to subvert something else and get some higher level lore if we want to. We can also use it now to level some of our guys up who are already of knock aspect. And what we should probably do is start reorganizing the people by what aspect they are. But I also want to keep them kind of in the order that we got them. So you guys are Grail. So we're going to move Clavette over there. Just shuffle these two guys down a bit. Neville is knock as well, so he's going to go there. Okay. Or Claire is Winter. Let's see. Rose is knock, so she's going to go there. Okay, got Heart. Let's put Leo down there with his heart. Let's move our Claire up here for now. Elridge is Edge, so he's going to stay there. Vaccine is Forge, she can stay there. Victor we haven't actually recruited yet, which is interesting. But we haven't done any of these guys. Okay, well we've got to get working on that as well. Yeah, there's plenty of people that need to be recruited as well. Okay, so we've level 6 right there. It's going to take erudition and a library. Probably. Yeah, I think we'll need like the rarefied mind, right? Skill. An open soul and silent intensity. Don't know whether either of those is actually enough to I don't know whether that's either of those is high enough to be able to actually do what we wanted to do. Let me have a quick check on it. Where are we here? Okay, let's check our skills. Okay, it's actually one. Is it one beyond? Get the skill and an extra reason card by studying skill propound scholarship, which is the one before rarefied mind. Okay, so I think it's probably of a level that's would be required. So therefore we need to find some erudition. So probably gonna have to study for that. So let's get you in there. Let's get ourselves some erudition. We're probably going to subvert either this, probably this one, or maybe this, because that's going to be easier to replace, if I feel like. So that's what we'd probably do. But yeah, so looking at the... Well, we look at this first. We'll grab you. Enter the White Door. Many of the dead enter the mantis through the White Door. They wander its corridors in silence until they are lost. Some embrace each other, some devour each other, some force their way into the dreams of the living. A few record their memories on the mantis stone where it is soft. They scratch it with their nails, you see. Last night I read one of those memories. Okay, so we can grab that. Got another one of those, which is nice. We're now going to head straight back into the mantis and provide some help. Okay, and don't need to worry about you. Can run things on. Yeah, so it's kind of going to be interesting. We know like some of the guys already have little cliques going on within there, and then we have the whole thing with the parish council as well to worry about. As yet, I have only the needs and desires of any other mortal, but what stirs in me? You could pop you up there. I don't know how you managed to get off the table like that, but we'll move you back down. Yeah, upgrade that again will give us 8. And then we're going to be able to get some of our guys up to a higher level then. And then recruit all of these guys too. But yeah, as we're now kind of committing to being more involved in the cult and seeing it as less of a kind of a distraction or a hobby, we're also thinking about how the people, you know, that are in a circle, how close we want them to be to us as well. And the feeling is that given that there are these cliques that we notice or have been pointed out to us, that we probably want to try and maintain some kind of balance in that and eventually draw all of our people into the cult. Rather than, because what we don't want is for us to lose control of the cult simply because we brought too many people of one faction into the inner circle. So I feel like people like Rose are going to be important to us in that, because Rose is the type of person who we can kind of count on to set the different factions, you know, set the different factions against each other, which you might think might be counterintuitive, as in they're going to work against the overall goals of the cult. But if it's a case of those guys are all fighting with each other, or there's at least a tension there, and then we can offer a compromise, which is actually the thing that we wanted to do in the first place anyway, then that might be a good way forward for us, for Father Ted to manage these guys, because there are a lot of strong characters in there who have their own opinions and have their own goals, and Father Ted's going to have to navigate that. Right, so entering the white door, last night in the great pavilion above the grey sprawl of the Bounds, a woman who once called herself Theresa Galmier sat on gilt-fringed cushions and offered me a horn cup of dream wine. The wine is imaginary, she explained, but the cup is not. To navigate the mantis, one must understand the distinction. Perhaps one day you'll join me on the pilgrimage, or I'll join you. So, here, let us share a secret. And her breath tickled my ear. Okay. And we are going to get straight back in there. Okay, get going. So you go sit there. You can sit up there. Yeah, so our worries at the moment, we're kind of taking the eye off the ball in terms of the parish council, I would imagine, kind of keeping a scan or an eye more on the people closer to us, and trying to, as the cult kind of gets established and we have the fallout of the failed expedition, and we know that at the moment, like, people are kind of banding together just kind of out of the shock of what happened, and everyone is, you know, wishing those who got injured well. We do know that at some point people are going to start pointing fingers, and when that happens, we don't want the fingers to be pointing at us, but we also don't want it to be a case where one faction is completely targeted in that either. So I think it's going to be important there, where, so we have Rose here, who obviously got injured on it. Clavette got injured too. I think Rhaenyra maybe didn't even go. I'm not sure if she went. But Baltine was there. Or Claire, I think, was there as well. I think he was there too, right? Maybe. But yeah, so when people start pointing fingers, it's important, really, I guess, between Rose and Clavette, that the little bit of a bond that they started developing when they were convalescing together is strengthened, and Father Ted's probably going to try and encourage that, so that those guys don't create a really big early rift in the cult. The hours have been called unmerciful, but they permit sleepers sometimes to walk to the Orchard of Lights, where each fruit glows like a sunset, where the roots of the trees are shaped for peaceful rest, where the mist soothes the heart. I was there last night, and the taste of the fruit lingers, sharp and sweet as the passage of spring to summer. Okay, so we pop you there for now as well. Right. Get that going again. Okay, got our work done. So cash wise, we're fine. So when we want to go back to giving sermons, it's not going to be an issue for us. Let's pop that there. Yeah, so some of these guys who are currently, you know, just in the acquaintance as acquaintances, should I say, slowly but surely they're going to be, you know, brought into this circle. That's why we decided to change where we hold our meetings. You know, changing it from, where did the erudition go? Or is it, no, it's something else. Oh, glimmering. Damn. or provide a sanctuary. Will that go in? No. So we need to get a glimmering for that. Okay. But the good thing is it'll remember that we provided the other one first. So we'll be able to put it in. Yeah, so last time we decided that the meetings would no longer happen in that back room because there was just too many people there. So now we're going to be in a larger part of the church, and maybe, you know, it's more possible that someone will overhear one of our meetings, and we have to be very careful about that, I think. Last night I dreamt of a blue silk pavilion overlooking the cloudy labyrinth of the bounds. I listened to the mistress of the place speak of other visitors. The Suppression Bureau come here. Do you know that? I think they hope to recruit me as an ally. She snorts derisively. After what they tried to do to Christopher, but their folly is your fortune. I will tell you something that may help you, if the Bureau ever troubles you. So, favour from authority. That is really good to have in your back pocket if it's a case where you know that the detective or whoever it is hunting you is going to get damning evidence, because you can use that to get rid of it. Right, so let's pop back in again. But at the moment, it's not something that we need to worry about. That is something we need to worry about. We're now on to Dread. So let's get ourselves to the club. Up here. Okay. Here we go. Let's pay our way. See what it has to say for us. Oh, we're going to get Fascination. It's a nice performance. Amethyst, a net-wielding hunter, pursues a veil-winged woman through a murmuring maze of leaf-clad dancers. Each movement is underwater slow. Okay. And then we'll grab those. Let's pop you back in there and provide some reason. Get going. Okay, so this at the moment is a slight concern for us. Now, if another Fascination turns up, suddenly it bumps right up to almost emergency level situation there. But we did get some contentment with the Fascination, so I don't think that's going to happen. The lights go down very gradually as the performance ends. There is no applause. We each drift into the street, alone with our dreams. So everybody a bit awestruck, hence the Fascination from that, I guess. Okay, so let's pop the Fascination up there. Contentment can go there. When we can, we will get some more contentment. Grab you guys for now. So that's going to disappear. We're going to study that to get ourselves a glimmering, and then we can use it on those two. Okay, so we're going to get Affliction out of that. We have some Vitality there, though, that we can use for it, so we'll pop that there. We're going to grab you. We've read that. We'll read that the next time we get it, because we've read it once already. Pop you in there. I'm safe for now. My adversary has not enough evidence to bring a case against me, and they've found no new clues. Okay, that's good. Right, so need to remember that you have to go in here. Get you started. There's a glimmering. Now, yeah, I was going to say that. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it was these two. That, because that's what I said right before I put them in. But I'm getting worried that it was actually that one and this one. But I did say I was going to put in the heart one because it would be easier to replace it. Let's see if it actually asks for the glimmering, like we're hoping. Okay, so we got this one as well. Illness has damaged my health. I need to rest before I'm fully recovered. Okay, grab you. So just for people who don't know, I am also doing a streamed playthrough, which at the moment is on the Aspirant. And that is on Twitch every Monday at 6 o'clock British summertime. So from about 6 to 9. I normally stream about 3 hours. Last Monday had a few technical difficulties. So then I streamed again on Wednesday. And yeah, hopefully I had a look into the technical difficulties. I think I have it solved, but I won't know until the next stream. But hopefully back on Monday to do some more. And actually, that stream will happen before this video goes live. So hopefully that stream went well. And then we'll have another one next Monday again. The Invisible Arts. Christopher Lopley is said to have remarked, are as profitable as macram, as ethical as tobacco smuggling, and in general as beneficial as roulette. Still, there is always the Orchard of Lights, and indeed the orchard with its glowing fruit and its peaceful mists is a place to be yearned for. Last night I walked there, in the peaceful hours of the deep night. Even after waking, I still carry with me a little of the glory of the old sun. Okay, so let's pop that up there. Right, and we should now use you in here, because I almost forgot and started the whole thing again. We still would have had time for both of them, but it's a bit scary when you miss it. Okay, so when that runs around, we're going to find out what it actually needs. Fingers crossed it is a glimmering. See, at the moment, kind of cooling our jets in terms of, you know, people being invited to meetings and stuff like that. Again, maybe people are kind of stewing on the failed attempted expedition that we did. Yeah, it's a glimmering. Good. So was right. Let's keep going with you. Maybe, you know, in their little cliques having some conversations there, but not in the kind of in the wider group. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. Okay. Got our work as well. The wolf despair prowls elsewhere. The sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. Okay, that's good. That's nice and solved. Now run you on. So again, we do know with the priest that we'll eventually have to get more health than the 5 that we have, because without knowing exactly what we need to do, I do know that we have to get certain, like, we need a decrepitude and a few other injury types as well to be able to get that ending. This is a puzzle with missing pieces. I might find those pieces in all corners of scholarship. Provide dread, use a pit, or use a silent intensity. Dread may breed. Okay, well luckily we have silent intensity, so we'll provide that and run it on. But now as well that people are kind of organizing by their what you call it, their aspect, it's possible that new relationships will be formed as well. Let's go for the lodge. Another oh wow, that now that for me at least that is very rare to actually have two favors of authority at the same time. Like one is about to go, but the other one is there. Now, at some point, we may need to urgently get one of those, and I bet you we won't be able to get it as easy as that. Let's start you off. Let's start you off. Yeah, so as I said, Rose and Clovette now are probably hanging around with each other a little more. But we have to remember as well, Rose's main aspect is edge, and Clovette's main one is heart. So they may begin to drift apart a bit later on when they advance a bit more down their own individual tracks. Oh, okay. Wait, what are you looking for now? Risk your health or use a prisoner. Well, let's risk some health. Okay, so that's capture the fascination, but these come up pretty often, and dread comes up pretty often, so it's not a worry when it's only one. Okay, orchard, please. Grab you. Let's see if this one is one that we read recently. Yeah, it is. Okay. But then again, next time that it does come up, we will read it. Because they're too well written to only read once, I feel. But I can see where some people would find it a little repetitive if you did it every time. But I think every second time is fair enough. If you're just about the mechanics of this game, then you know, I'd imagine as someone like me playing it wouldn't be your bag anyway. And if you're into the lore, then I'd imagine that you would want me to read them, you know, kind of as often as I do. Some people might want it a little bit more, but I think it's a nice balance that we struck with that. So you're going to be done soon. So we're going to be able to promote Rose, Clovette, and Neville. I think that's the only three at the minute. Yeah. Looks like it. Okay, we're going to grab you. And we said that we'd read you the next time we come up, so we're going to read you. Many of the dead enter the mansions through the white door. They wander its corridors in silence till they are lost. Some embrace each other, some devour each other. Some force their way into the dreams of the living. A few record their memories on the mantle stone where it is soft. They scratch it with their nails, you see. Last night I read one of those memories. Okay, grab that. Now, there are a few things that are finished. Let's, first of all, get you started again. And get our job started again too. Okay, and then see what's going on here. When we open a thing, then we learn its nature. I've deepened my understanding of the lore that opens, which we call by its aspect knock. And we got an injury out of it as well. Okay, so that injury at some point may actually be a good thing for us, but right now it's not. So once that's done, we're going to have to pop the injury in there. that now is up to another level of intensity. So we use you in there, right? And then Rose and you, and then let's start that. So we've got some dread there, which is going to help with that. Or it's going to be fascination, which will decay into dread. Let's see, what have we got? So you are mock. HQ and library, rarefied mind skill. Okay, so let's just put you two together. Start that. So you have some vitality there as well. It's going to help with this injury. As yet, I have only the needs and desires of any other mortal. But what stirs in me? Well, hopefully enough to get rid of this is what stir in you. Right, so we got another one of those. We just read it, so we won't read it again. But again, next time it pops up, it's fair game. Oh, you're bad. You're bad because you're probably gonna grab the despair or dread that we were hoping would go in there. To she who was flesh, I offer my wounds. To she who was stone, I offer this moment. Where my old self divides from my new, to she who came from light, I offer my secrets. The door is opened. Okay, good. So Rose now is of, up to a higher level. So she now has 5 edge, which is going to be great. We're now going to do the same with Clavette. Pop that in there. Get you started. Get this going as well. Yeah, so Rose and Clavette would maybe feel like they're being rewarded for their service due to being injured on the previous mission, and that can go one of two ways. So let's see, rarefied mind skill. Provide fascination. Use the library, or okay. So we're gonna have to get fascination for this. Okay. So we let that run on, and then so the next time we get some fascination that isn't captured by this one here, then. Or by this one here, should I say, then we can do it. So probably from the Mantis, get some fascination, immediately study those two together, pop it in, Bob's your uncle, and away we go. So he's on the hunt, nothing for him to find. You're about to finish, right? You're about to finish too. Okay, let's go for Orchard. That's one that we just read, so again, we'll skip it for now, and we'll look at it next time. A lot of things just finished. Right, so first of all, the injury, we were very lucky, time-wise, that it didn't become anything more than that. Okay, and we just read that one, so we can take everybody back, but now she is up to 5 heart, which is great. Now, next is you, and we can provide that as well. So trappings would be what? So do any of these, I don't think any of these have not. Right, pretty sure they don't. But we can get these ones from the Mantis, so that would help us as well Got to keep an eye out for those. Anyone with knock aspect would really be helpful. So we got you, and we're going to get a second one from here as well. Mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I'm sane, if that means anything. Okay. So now we're hoping for some more fascination. Oh, we have to wait for that to actually finish first. Get rid of the injury. Yeah, so what others think about these two being promoted is going to be, you know, a little interesting dynamic in our group as well, because some will see it as, you know, like I'd say the likes of maybe Neville himself, who's probably going to get promoted, Leo as well. They would more than likely see it as just rewards for their dedication to the cause, the cult. For someone like maybe Rhaenyra, more than certainly Saliba, and Elridge as well, actually, for that matter, they would see it as maybe rewarding failure and would not be happy about the situation. So again, gotta keep our eyes peeled, see what happens with that. When we get an opportunity, we're probably going to have to promote Rhaenyra as well, just so that we keep that side of things sweet as well. Okay, so we're going to get some contentment out of that, which is good. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a fluffy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. Okay, and we're going to get some vitality there as well. The sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. Get you going. Some help there. I'm safe for now. My adversary has not enough evidence to bring a case against me, and I found no new clues. To she who was flesh, I offer my wounds. To she who was stone, I offer this moment, where my old self divides from my new. To she who came from light, I offer my secrets. The door is opened. Okay. So now he's at 5 knock. So Neville, kind of without particularly wanting to be, is almost the de facto leader of the cult now. But what we're going to do now is to placate the guys. I'm going to bring Elridge into things. So the next meeting we have will be in somewhere in the main chapel, but not at the altar. It's going to be on one of the kind of the side areas where the either side altars or where the statues and stuff are. Or maybe if it's one of those, it was one of those churches where they have the christening bowl is not actually up at the altar. It's in one of the sides. It might be somewhere like that, but certainly not in full view of anybody who walks into the church. It's going to be in a recess. My own heart pumps more strongly today. Good. Some nice vitality for us. We can go there. Contentment can pop there. And back to work. So yeah, for this particular ceremony, I would get Rhaenyra and Saliba very much involved in the preparation for it, to kind of keep them busy and not thinking about the promotions that have been handed out. Oh, really? Oh, that was That was the one that became fascination and I missed it. Damn. Wait, where did we get it from then? One of these. Let's check here. Oh, there we go. But that is itself a problem that we'll address in a second. Let's have a read of this. Last night in the billowing blue of the Lodge of the Sage Knight, I sat on velvet cushions and watched two dead contend with shining swords. They came with the place, said the woman who rules here now, the one who once called herself Galnier. I was not the Sage Knight, if that's what you're wondering. He went higher in the mantis, long before I came here. My attention has drifted. The swords sparkle like falling water. The dead move like dancers. Okay, now. We're going to try, but I don't think we're going to be able to do it. Let's pop those two in there. Start that. Let's pop you there. Oh, no, not you. You. And then you. Here we go. Put it on. Yeah, I think it's going to take that first before we can get there with that one. But see though, no, because it's actually got... Well, no, because it will go around. I keep changing my mind. But it's going to go around and then it has more to do before it looks for this. So I think I'm going to get unlucky and we're actually going to have two fascination queued up, which is actually scarier really than two dread. Because at least with the dread, we have a quick way to generate something to counteract it. Let's grab that. So Elridge is now... Oh wow, he went straight up. That's interesting. That means that everyone can be promoted. I didn't realize that. Okay, so he's there. So it means now that... yeah, we'll have a chat with Ramira then and say, listen, we brought Elridge in and we actually decided that everyone, including Elridge, is going to be made a disciple. So we've just done his ceremony, but we'd like to do the rest of you guys as well. And maybe she's a little bit miffed that Elridge was promoted before her, but at the same time, actually no, because he was a believer already. Yeah, let's make the distinction there. It's Judas and the Queens, yeah. So it was her that put him forward. And I think one of the reasons why she probably did it was to just sit back and be able to pull the strings. But now we've come to her and said, actually, you know what? We'd like you to be a disciple as well. And then once we kind of maybe a little bit reticent about that, thinking, no, I'd rather kind of sit back and pull the strings. But once we told her that everyone who was currently a believer was going to be raised to the level of a disciple, she probably then decided that, yeah, I don't want to be, if everybody's going to be on the same level again, then I don't want to be a step below everybody else. So she probably then accepted it, I would imagine, quite eagerly. Right, let's run things on. We're not going to go there because that could be a third fascination, which would screw us. And that one's there as well. Okay, collect you. And go back in, start that. Okay, I think that's where we're probably going to end for today. Got some interesting developments happening with the people in the cult, and we'll see how that goes next time. But as I said, that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed, hope you're keeping safe out there, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left. Or perhaps you might even share with some friends.